Konnichiwa minasan, Put-chan desu. Hisashiburi da ne. Welcome to Easy Anime Japanese Lesson 13, Inu no Omawarisan, Lesson 1. So we've been thinking about the lessons and how we normally focus on one word or concept, and that you hear a lot in anime, but that leads to a lot of sentences that sound like blah 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 gabate blah 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 blah, and you only understand a couple words of the sentence from learning. So we decided to do the same thing but with sentences. So we are going to take a full sentence from an anime that gets used a lot, and we are going to take that sentence and explain every word of it and how it works within the sentence, and show you some examples so you can understand a little more of what's going on in your favorite anime. So while we were looking for sentences to do, I remembered in Hawaii when I was 3 or 4, my dad would carry me around on his shoulders and sing this really cool Japanese kids song, Inu no Omawarisan. We decided that it would be really cool to teach you guys that song, because while we were singing the song around on Hawaii, like at the zoos and stuff like that, Japanese tourists would join in, and it was just such a cool experience, so it's a really cool thing to know, and quite a catchy song. This is a kid's song, and it's rather simple, but it does use some complicated sentence structures, so we thought it would be cool for you guys to know it. And plus, it's just cool to know this song. It's a really nice song. So let's start with the name of the song, Inu no Omawari-san. Inu means dog, and omawari means policeman. Those are pretty easy. The san at the end of Omawari-san is something you've probably heard before, and it's kind of like Mr. or Mrs. in our language. It's a sign of respect, so it's like calling someone Mr. name or Miss name. So it's more respectful, and all you need to remember is that it's at the end of the name, not the beginning, like Mrs. or Mr. And it's polite, and you never refer to yourself with it. So now we know Inu dog and Omawari-san, Mr. Policeman, but what about the no that's in between them? So you know that no is a possessive particle, but it's not used in that way here. It is not the dog's policeman. It is the dog policeman. So in this case, the no particle is kind of tying two nouns together to make one sort of an adjective to the other. So in English, you would just say the dog policeman. So in Japanese, you need the no particle to kind of turn dog into an adjective to describe the policeman. So you can remember it as what kind of policeman? The dog policeman. So that is why there is a no there. It is not the dog's policeman, it is the dog policeman. It's the same case when saying something like the Japanese teacher. So anything of the sort, if there's a noun describing another noun, you need to use the no to tie them together. So in English, you would just say the Japanese teacher, but in Japanese, you would say nihongo no sensei. The no is tying them together. This is the motion of tying them together. So the name of the song is The Dog Policeman. So now for the first line of the song. There's a link in the doobly-doo to the full song, so you can listen to it and kind of hear it and learn it line by line and learn the tune and how to sing it. So now for the first line of the song. I'll sing it for you right now. Maigo no koneko-chan. So as before, let's start with the nouns. So maigo is a lost person. I think of it as like a lost kid that wandered away at like a fair or carnival or something of that sort. And you will hear it usually used with a lost kid, but really it just means a lost person. So neko is a cat, and now we have a dog and a cat in the story, and don't worry, this is not going to end horribly. The dog and the cat are not going to have a fight. So now let's talk about the ko in koneko. And ko is a really cool word that can be attached to a word to mean little child or something little. And you'll hear it a lot as the last character in a lot of Japanese girls' names. So I had a Japanese tutor in Hawaii called Tomoko, as well as there's a character called Emiko in The Wind-Up Girl, which my dad was telling about. So it is a thing that's commonly the last character of a lot of Japanese girls' names. So with animals, if you attach ko to the front of the animal, it makes it a baby. So we already know neko is cat, so koneko is kitten. And we already know that inu is dog, so ko-inu is puppy. So we use the no to tie the nouns together like we did with Inu no Omawari-san. And we tie the maigo and koneko together, so it becomes maigo no koneko, or little lost kitten. So finally we have the chan, which is just like the san in Omawarisan, except it's used for little girls or school-age girlfriends. So, for example, one of my nicknames is Presley-chan. So, yeah, it's just used for little girls. So in koneko-chan, the suffix tells you that the little kitten is a girl. So these little suffixes can actually give a lot of clues to context. So it's like she, but for little ones, not just all she's in general. So this is a song, so they changed the pronunciations a little bit just like they do in English songs. So that's why you say maigo no twice, and chan becomes cha-un to make the harmony and cadence work very well. Okay. So you put it all together and you get maigo no koneko cha-un, little lost kitten. So stay tuned for the next episode where we will learn more about our little lost kitten, as well as learn a lot more about Japanese words in general. Until then, ganbatte! Ja ne!